Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to a slightly different video on the channel today. Of course the season is over, but it's a video, or the sort of video that I want to do a lot more often on the channel, that I certainly will be with all of the transfer news coming out. It's going to be taking a look into our individual signings, who we bring to the club, and essentially doing a nice video summarising it all, looking at the pros, looking at the cons, discussing the full signing, the price, how long they're signing for, basically giving you guys a nice overview of the individual player that Barcelona will have in their team next season. Today we're going to be starting with Sergio Aguero, the one I chose to start with, but in the future I want to be doing Eric Garcia, Memphis Depay, Wijnaldum now looks like he's coming, even Emerson Royal from Real Betis, he could be coming back. If he does, I'll do a video on him. I hope you guys enjoy these sorts of videos. Without any further ado, let's discuss Sergio Aguero. So let's begin here with a few formalities. Aguero will be signing for free this summer for Barcelona. He will be one of many free transfers. I just listed a few there in the introduction. One of many that Laporta will look to incorporate this summer. He will be signing for 2 years at Barcelona. He's going to have a salary of about 5 million euros per year, which to be honest financially isn't bad for Barcelona. It sounds like quite a lot, but with some of the Bartomeu deals we made in the past, it isn't awful. Aguero is 32 right now. He will be turning 33 in June, so just a week's time. Really, he will be 33 years old. He hasn't featured much for Man City this season, although he did score 2 goals off the bench in his last fixture. But now guys, let's take some time to really analyse this signing, and I'm sure all of you clicked on this video for some proper analysis, so let's begin. And I want to start with the pros of bringing Aguero to the club, so the positive reasons that Barcelona have to bring Aguero in. The first thing that I want to say is the fact that he's free. It may sound obvious, but in Barcelona's financial situation, it's absolutely huge. The same goes for Garcia, the same goes for Depay, and even Wijnaldum, to be fair. These guys are some of the best free transfers in the market in our horrible financial situation that, guys, under Laporta we hope, changes in the future. But for now, Aguero on a free, it's good business from Barca. And the next thing I want to mention about Aguero is the fact that he is a pure goal scorer. He's a born number 9, he knows where the back of the net is, and for the last decade now, let's face it, Aguero has been one of the best strikers in the world. Yes, in the last year, he's dropped off a little bit, but even before 2010, this guy was banging in goals for Atletico, and at Man City, his record speaks for itself. Same goes for when he has gone with the Argentina national team. He knows where the goal is, and I think for Barcelona this season, we've clearly lacked the number 9 since Suarez left. We saw what he did at Atletico. We've lacked that guy that Messi can play the ball to, that we have almost a focal point up front, and someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net for us. And of course, Aguero's stats speak for themselves. 74 goals in 174 appearances for Atletico, and he's got 184 goals, I believe, in 275 Man City appearances. So that's not even starts, guys. So this guy, is a pure goal scorer. We've clearly struggled in front of goal this season, killing off games, being clinical, putting our chances to bed. I'm hoping Aguero can help us with that. And just touching on that point, the fact that Aguero has played in La Liga before for Atletico Madrid does give him that experience. Apart from the fact that he is, of course, going to be turning 33, he's a very, very experienced striker now. He's coming towards the end of his career. He definitely knows where the back of the net is. But the fact that he played in La Liga, he may know the pace of it. I think, it's obviously been a lot of time since he played at Atleti, but I still feel the football isn't too dissimilar to how it was back then. And I'm hoping Aguero does feel comfortable and familiar when he does play in Spain. And finally, guys, we have to mention Messi. It may sound silly to mention Messi and bring it in, and honestly, I'm not one of those guys that just wants to fill the team with friends off the pitch and make it all like a happy atmosphere. I want to win at the end of the day, but I do actually think that Aguero, whilst helping Messi off the pitch and keeping him happy, it keeps Messi, content at the club. It's also going to be a big reason, by the way, that Messi could stay at Barcelona should Aguero come to the club. But I think on the pitch, guys, it has been so obvious now for the past years that Messi likes having a number 9 up there. It's always been the case with Suarez, and even this season, guys, we saw it when we played Martin Braithwaite for a few games, just because we wanted a focal point up there, and that's Martin Braithwaite, guys. I think clearly Messi, as a player, prefers playing with a number 9. Aguero is someone that Messi has a good relationship with, of course. They should have a good chemistry on the pitch together. They will be playing in the Argentina national team in the Copa America this summer. Let's hope they can rebuild some chemistry. Aguero can make runs into the channel. He can bounce the ball off Messi there. And I am hoping that partnership between Messi and Aguero, while sounding like an obvious one, because of course they are great friends, I am hoping it can be fruitful for us on the pitch too. However, guys, to correctly and fairly analyse this signing, we may also need to look at some negatives of it, the cons of the signing. It is absolutely only fair And let's start, guys, with Agüero's age, because we cannot get over it anymore, guys. Agüero will be turning 33 in June. I've mentioned it a few times already this video. In about a week's time from the time I'm recording this video, Agüero will be 33 years old. And I think that, on top of the fact that Barcelona got rid of Suarez last summer, who of course we know scored so many goals for us, had that relationship with Messi, then to next summer, after Suarez won the La Liga with Atletico Madrid, then to go and get Agüero, it kind of feels a bit odd. And for me, it's not just that, forget about that really, we know that was Bartomeu, this is a different board, different players and whatnot. But the fact that Agüero, to me, it's not just his age. I do see when he's playing, you can tell he's getting old. That is not the same Agüero that's been there, destroying the Premier League for years on end. To me, he's certainly slower. He lacks that sharpness. Like I said, he isn't the same guy that would just ravage teams in the Premier League. And that's just been obvious, guys. Pep Guardiola has barely played Agüero this season. I'm aware he's got injuries. We'll get onto that in a moment. But when he has been fit, Agüero's only got 19 appearances this season. He's only got 12 in the Premier League. He's barely played. And especially in those important moments, Agüero's barely got a look in. And I think you can tell when you watch Agüero, especially in big games this season, he does look off the pace. And leading on from that, guys, as I mentioned, we have to talk about injuries. I think that's something that people have been constantly bringing up around this signing, as well as the fact that he is old. He's clearly, not in his prime anymore. It's a little bit contradictory after getting rid of Luis Suarez. I think Agüero's injury record isn't really ideal. I think, yes, even whilst Agüero has been fit, Pep has decided to use some younger and fresher players, guys. But most of the time, Pep hasn't even really had a choice. Agüero has been missing for a lot of this season. And actually, since the 2017 to 18 season, Agüero has missed 60 games altogether for Manchester City. And you've got to say, guys, that is not what we want. We do not want Agüero getting injured for months on end during the season, cutting up his rhythm. At this age already, we really cannot afford that. And a final point from me on Agüero in terms of negatives of the signing would be the fact that, well, look at Man City, guys. They are happy to get rid of Agüero. The benchmark in Europe right now, by the way, Man City, they're happy to pass on Agüero. They'll probably now go and get Harry Kane, perhaps the best striker in Europe. And here we are, the mighty Barcelona, feeding off of scraps, gladly taking him into our arms. And I'm just not sure if that really sits right with me. As Barcelona, we really want to be the elite. And right now, it does feel like we're just picking up, Agüero, someone who Pep, the manager, the best manager in the world, perhaps the best team in the world, has barely used this season. And I'm just not quite sure, if I'm entirely happy about that. But, guys, it does just say the state that our club is in right now. It's something that Laporta has to fix very, very quickly, in my opinion. And this summer, guys, as we know, it will largely be free transfers because of the state we're in. So in terms of my overall opinion and thoughts on this transfer, this is what I'll say. Look, I'm actually decently excited about Agüero signing. I think if he comes in, if he gets regularity in his game, I actually do think he could be quite valuable for Barcelona. I think he could enjoy playing in La Liga, perhaps more than the Premier League these days. I think if he finds that relationship with Messi, he can really rack up goals. He can help us kill games, turn games in our favour. As I said earlier, we have been missing that number 9, the striker's touch this season. For me, Agüero could be crucial in that. And who knows, it could be, that sort of revelation signing where people think, oh my god, how have they got him for free? A bit like when Atletico got Suarez off us in the summer. But as I mentioned at the end of my points there, I do have my doubts about Agüero. I certainly feel as if he's getting older. I think some people may be thinking that we're signing the Agüero of 2016 or 2017, even 2018 really, and 19. But over the last few years, guys, I think it's clear to see, he is dropping. And this season especially, he hasn't played much football at all, guys. And when he does, it's almost in testimonial matches like it was in the weekend, guys. You just City celebrating their Premier League and they didn't even start him. So look, for Agüero, I think his injury record, his physical condition right now certainly isn't at his peak. I do have my doubts, but for a free transfer, I'm behind this signing. I'm hoping he gets us a lot of goals, at least double digits really. Hopefully in La Liga too, because that is what we want to be pushing for right from the start of next season. So that is where I will wrap this video up. That was my full analysis on the signing of Sergio Aguero for Barcelona. I'm not sure if it's official by the time I've released this signing video. I'm going to be doing a few more in the future. There's loads of Barca news right now, so as a channel, it's just very difficult, to keep up with it all. It's hard to plan content and when to put things out, but we're just going to try and throw it out there so we have everything in place. But this was the video on Aguero. I hope you guys did enjoy it. As ever, leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about this signing. And I'll see you guys for more videos very, very soon. Goodbye.